I never thought that I would be responsible for the creation of my most powerful enemy.
I can see you, Stitcher. Show yourself.
I've been waiting for you to get distracted so I can stab you in the back.
Now stop. Listen to me. You called me a failed experiment. Well, what if you're wrong?
I would be overjoyed to discover that I am wrong. I tried to hope, even though there was no hope left. But wait, why do you care? Why are you trying to change my mind?
I want to know. I want to know the. I want to follow the truth, no matter where it leads.
That thirst for truth and knowledge, that is so familiar. But what makes you think I will listen to your arguments? I have gone too far to turn back. I must walk the path I have chosen.
I know you are not as mad or as fixated on your goal as you'd like others to believe, or for that matter, as you'd like to believe. I know that you care for the Sutcher. Your ridiculous minion means something to you. You were concerned about him.
Says you.
You think I'm wrong about you? Why? We are not talking about numbers, equations, and magical reactions. This is about the soul, about whether or not you have what I lost.
Remember when you sent the Sutcher to give me the crossbow loaded with Midnight Bolt and Canabras? I knew nothing of your plans, yet I already felt instinctually that the weapon was meant to be mine.
Yes, I remember. I wanted to check, to see for certain if it would awaken your instincts. I was so full of hope that day.
You came to me disguised as Yaniel and asked me difficult questions, but I know that I answered them correctly. And the way that you had hoped.
Yes, I was disguised as Yaniel. This was our first conversation face to face. I was desperate. I needed to know who you were, to understand what you were. I wanted to find out if there was anything about you I recognized.
In Articula's palace, you offered me power, but I was more interested in discovering the truth.
You hungered for knowledge. You desired the truth more than anything else.
As you are talking, something changes almost imperceptibly in Aurelia's gaze and posture. She listens to you more attentively, sometimes with a slight frown, and at other times with an expression that could almost be mistaken for curiosity. When we spoke together in secret, part of your laboratory, you asked me quite a few questions. It was like you were testing me. So, did I pass?
Yes. I wanted to see if something would stir within you when you met my son's murderer, and when you encountered the one who betrayed me. But it doesn't matter. I asked questions, you answered them, and I thought I could hear the echoes of the past in your voice.
I used the summoning circle to defeat the monsters in your laboratory.
And the vial of summoning formula. The same formula my son borrowed for his own experiments. He always loved summoning. Always.
Hi! Hey, I'm a summoner. And I love summoning. I love Minmans. Anyways,
That's enough. I can see now. It was naive of me to think I could just revive my son the way he was before his death. But there is so much of him in you. So much of me. I can't think of you as anything but my child. I have wandered in the dark for so long. But now I finally see clearly. I know how my path must end. The wound still erodes your soul, as it does mine. Let me put an end to my creation. Let me step into the flames and perish, so that I can heal you.
I'm sure there's another way. Just hear me out. If we work together, we might be able to find another way to close the wound.
these years, I've been playing a game with mortals and forces beyond mortal comprehension. But now I am a pawn in your game. I do not know your next move. I can't even imagine what plan you have in mind. So explain it to me. One step at a time.
One step closer to the secret secret ending. Anyways, I have deciphered your notes in the Lexicon of Paradox, and know that this mythic power is supposed to protect both of us from death, but the power has its limits. Do you think we've already reached them?
I see I was right to leave the Lexicon in a place where you could find it. Yes, that is correct. We've reached the limits of our power. I did so long ago, and you've realized your full potential only recently. Mythic power cannot be made any stronger. At least, I have not been able to do so successfully. That means we are now living on borrowed time, counting down the days until we die from the wound's influence.
We received our mythic power from the Nahindran crystals, but the crystals mined in the depths of the Midnight Isles are not the only ones that exist. The freshly shed blood of a demon lord wounded by a midnight bolt will also form into a crystal. Have you tried extracting mythic power from the crystals created in that way?
No, I have not. I haven't had the chance. It was in Canobris that I had my first chance to test the improved version of the Midnight Bolts against the Demon Lord Discari. The crystal dagger you found in Canobris was the first Nahindrian crystal that was procured in such a fashion. I gather that you know more about them than I do.
I've studied the notes and papers that I found hidden in a secret part of your laboratory. You believe the world wound works both ways, and that it has the same impact on the adjacent areas of the abyss as it does on the lands of Galarian.
Yes, I am sure that is the case. I have evidence from my experiments. The wound affects the material plane, poisoning it with the corruption of the abyss. But it also affects the abyss, bringing in a small amount of order and harmony from the material plane. The only reason it is not as apparent in the abyss is the presence of the demon lords. They hold near infinite power over their realms, and their existence staves off the wound's influence.
The Sword of Valor changed when it came into contact with me, and I believe that's a sign. The same relic changed under Iomede's influence when she was on the path to godhood. It's as if the sword could foresee her ascension.
Yes, indeed. The Sword of Valor was Iomede's banner before she passed the test of the Starstone and ascended to heaven. I've never studied the Sword of Valor. Perhaps I should have. It is a truly fascinating artifact, and the way it interacts with you is incredible. Could it have picked up the early signs of your nascent divinity? I do not know.
Now, let's put it all together. It's fair to assume that mythic power has a limit, but there is always a way to push boundaries of what's possible, and we have a way to do that. Through the power of Nahindran crystal, but it can't just be any Nahindran crystal, it must be a crystal created from the blood of a recently slain demon lord, and that demon lord's realm needs to be in contact with a world wound.
It's unpredictable and dangerous, but all bold plans carry risk. What you propose might work. Whoever absorbs the power of a newly killed demon lord will inherit their realm in the abyss. If we throw in a connection to the wound, we will end up with something unique. You will have the power of a demigod and an abyssal realm that changes at your whim.
Whim.
Yes, your plan might work. I see no reason we shouldn't at least try. But how? There are only 3 demon lords whose realms are tied to the wound. Baphomet, Discari, and Nocticula. I doubt we'd be able to carry out a cunning murder of the Lady of Cunning and Murder. As for Baphomet and Discari, after the lessons you've taught them, they will never risk another engagement. They'll engage in clever maneuvers. They'll hide, but they won't face you in battle.
I learned a secret from Hepsamira. The archpriest of a demilord can summon their master in a moment of danger, and they are bound to appear. we could lure out Baphomet and Discari.
They are bound to appear? I didn't know that. No wonder demon lords are so careful about choosing archpriests.
The Echo Discari is dead. You were once second to him within the hierarchy. That means you are now the archpriestess of Discari.
Correct. And the Locust Lord still hasn't deprived me of his favor. He should have done that a long, long time ago.
You were second to Hepzimira, but now she is dead. That makes you the new archpriestess of Baphomet.
Yes, it is true. Baphomet outsmarted himself when he granted me power and patronage behind Discari's back.
Both Baphomet and Discari were killed recently. They returned to life, but now they are in their mortal forms. If we can fight them and kill them again, their realms will no longer be under their power and influence.
And I could summon them. No, it's still too much of a risk. The world wound is more than a rift. It has a life of its own. To accomplish the plan you have conceived, we would need to channel an immense current of power through it, all the way to the realms of the demon lords. It would be 100 times more difficult than simply closing the wound.
I've studied the records kept by the stargazers of Pelura, and I know that there are certain days when the influence of the wound is at its strongest.
It's remarkable that the worshippers of Pelura were able to discern this. Yes, you are correct. Such days do exist, but they occur very rarely, only once or twice a century at most.
Today is one such day. I made sure to arrive at Threshold at precisely the right time.
I can't run the full calculations right now, but I think you're right. This is the day when the wound is most malleable. We could shape it as easily as a master potter molds soft clay.
So what are you waiting for? Summon Baphomet and Discari. The time has come for mortals to challenge the lords of the abyss, and we will surpass them in every way.
I have one final question for you. Do you have a new Nahindrian crystal in your possession? Without one, this whole plan is doomed. Unless, of course, you happen to have a midnight bolt. If so, we can procure a crystal right now.
Okay. I have I have 4. That means I have a midnight bolt right here.
Then let us begin.
I need 2 more
do
at least.
love interesting challenges. Discari, Lord of the Locust Host, Aurilu Vorlesh calls to you, as I once called before from within these very walls. I am the first of your servants, and I summon you. Come, Baphomet, Lord of Beasts and Labyrinths, heed the voice of Aurilu the Witch. You accepted me into the ranks of your servants, and I summon you now as the first among them. Come! 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 Come!
How curious. The Gnats have decided to set a trap for me. You have spun out your betrayal like an intricate web, but it will take more than that to bring down the hunger of the abyss.
First, my daughter failed me, and now my chosen mortal favorite does the same. Aurilu, do you not see that this alliance with your mortal creation will give you nothing? You could have served the greatest of masters, yet you chose to be the puppet of your own creation.
Enough, Baphomet! You are wasting your time on words when the time for words has long passed. We shall fight those who have challenged us and obliterate them. Discari has spoken.
Both of you pose a great threat to the Galarian, and therefore you must die.
You are correct. I am a threat. And once I'm finished with you, my scythe will sweep across your world, starting with the allies you've brought here.
You believe yourselves to be our masters. You think you will be our doom. But you've never been anything more than a source of power. We will drain this source to the last drop.
Here we go. Did I ever give you a... No. So I basically gotta wait till, So when it comes to Ember, looks like Baphomet's gonna be first in line for the bolt.
The light hits you.
Welcome.
Okay, I only need one more for party. Party. Oh. Oh. I was not expecting that. Anyways, let's look again the Protogen. Thank you for that follow. Welcome to the channel. Oh, that was unexpected. Oh wait, swift action? Yes! Oh, right. Hey!
Surrender or else.
Okay, I gotta be careful.
Too late for apologies.
Do-do-do. Well, anyways, do I have a crossbow bolt on me? That'll be a nope. That will be a that'll be a negatory friend. That'll be a negatory friend. I doubt this will work on you, but okay. You're active? Okay.
I'll hit you.
Now, if I recall correctly, I gotta find it now. I think, or have they fixed that with like a patch that I no longer have to find the crystal. 'Cause that'll suck.
Into the fray.
I'm gonna... Okay, I'm actually gonna hope that they fixed it, because...
Gone, fiend!
Okay,
It is done. The road to greatness lies ahead. All that remains is for you to use a crystal.
I authorized some studies to be conducted on the Nahinging crystals. The research showed that newly created Nahinging crystals can interact with one another if you have 5 of them. You can merge them together into one immensely powerful crystal. What do you think it'll happen?
I can only guess. The regular crystals allowed you to impart some of your power to your followers, those whose souls were closely tied to yours. It is likely that an improved crystal would let you endow your companions with a small amount of the demigod-like power you are about to receive.
If I attain this demigod-like power and heal myself of the wound, what will happen to you?
The wound will eventually destroy my soul. I will never be truly healed. But I have no regrets. I achieved everything I wanted and more.
I was hoping to get 6, but I was not expecting one of my demi-dams to literally just like one-shot Baphomet right there. I was not expecting that. So now I have 5 crystals, so there are only 5 crystals. I'll use them to ascend and to share my power with my companions.
Yes, let it be so. Venture into eternity, child, and I'll gladly live out my time watching your ascension.
A fire burns in Aurelia's eyes, a fierce determination and resolve. With a single gesture, she makes an hindering crystal levitate before her. You watch as the crystal transforms into pure essence. It flows toward you, into you, infusing you with its power. For just a moment, you feel as though you are something more than what you are. You are no longer a single person. You are lifted between the worlds. You are the order of the material plane and the chaos of the abyss. You are the beginning and the end of a century-long tangle of destinies and great deeds. You are power, but you are more than just power.
I tire.
That was great. That was perfect timing. Hey, I just became a demigod, and I'm seriously exhausted. Anyways, we ascended. That was great. Anyways, okay. Life and death, destiny and great deeds, answers to mysteries, the search for one's true path. Hello, again. How are ya? I saw you use the emote. Thank you. Should have seen hopefully you should have seen a welcome somewhere on the screen pop up. But how was your day? Welcome to the channel. Again, thank you for that follow. Anyways, life and death, destiny and great deeds, answers to mysteries, the search for one's true path. The mind can comprehend all of these, and then such concepts can be written down. As a sequence of formulas, a series of lines, a chain of thoughts, still, a moment always comes when it's time to wrap up, to reach a conclusion, to put a period at the end of the last sentence. On the day of the great battle of the Threshold Fortress, a new name joined the divine pantheon of Galarium. Contrary to the laws of creation and the limitations imposed upon mortal kind, the individual once known as the commander of 5th Crusade attained greatness, power, and immortality. The new power was likewise assumed by the commander's loyal companions. Shared ascension with their companions, granting them immortality and immense power. The might they gained was comparable to that of the heralds of demigods. Like a star in the gloom and the darkness of the abyss, an island of life, good, and freedom sparked into being as the former realms of Baphomet and Discari became the commander's realm. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually kind of surprised we didn't get any like Ivu dialogue during that whole sequence. The commander's story became legend, one that was spread far and wide into the songs of bards. The tale fell upon the ears of many, those who eager to convert to the new faith and those who nursed ambitions of replicating the commander's achievement. It is no exaggeration then to declare the commander's ascension on that day changed the world forevermore.